The Biden administration taking action to avoid travel turbulence ahead of summer vacation, announcing new travel rules today that will help you avoid surprise freeze at the airport and get a refund faster if your flight is canceled or substantially delayed. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg joins us now to discuss how these will be enforced. And Mr. Secretary, thank you for being with us. One of the first questions I had when I saw this new rule and saw you talking about it was you said if your flight is canceled for any reason. And I'm wondering, does that include weather delays? Because that's always been the great escape valve for these airlines to say, hey, it's the weather. Not our fault. We can't do anything about it. You're screwed.
That's right. Any reason means any reason. If your flight is canceled for any reason, you are entitled to an automatic cash refund. And the reason that this change is so important is that in the past, passengers have really had to fight just to get the money that is technically already owed to them. We're also finally putting a federal definition around what counts as a significant enough delay that it might as well be a cancellation in terms of your right to a refund if you choose not to fly. We're defining that as 3 hours on a domestic flight, 6 hours on an international flight, because often we have situations where you get delayed so much that you're not even going to make it to that wedding or meeting or whatever you're flying to. You wind up booking another ticket on a different airline. You pay more for that. If you're in that scenario, then you should at least be getting your original airfare on your original airline back. We're also saying they've got to offer cash, not miles, not vouchers. If you, the passenger, ask for that, fine. But the default, the automatic default, if the passenger does nothing else, has to be cash. This is part of a whole package we're moving forward. Also things like getting your money back if the Wi-Fi doesn't work on what you paid for Wi-Fi, baggage fees, and better transparency so that when you're booking a ticket, you get more information up front about the true cost of that, including change fees, cancel fees, bag fees, anything else that that could go into what you actually wind up paying.
Mr. Secretary, it's Sandra here. Great to have you on the program again. Welcome back. I think you had us at hello. You know, I can tell you so many times that I paid for the Wi-Fi and it didn't work. I can imagine that there's a process, though, that a lot of us will probably not engage with because, you know, it'll take time from your everyday life. But what had me was the passengers will also be entitled to checked bag fee refunds if they file a report that their bag was mishandled or misplaced. Misplaced is one thing, but mishandled? I feel like every time I get my bag back, it's dented and it's dirty. And will I be able to get my money back?
Potentially, yeah. I mean, look, it's one thing to have a scuffs, ordinary wear and tear, that kind of thing. But when the bag gets there hours and hours and hours after you do, at a certain point, that becomes really an unfair practice if the airline still took your money for checking it in the first place. So bottom line, if your bag isn't delivered properly, you shouldn't have to pay for it. And in that scenario, you should get your money back. If you're having a problem with that, you can go to flightrights.gov, let us know, and we'll follow up.
Hey, Mr. Secretary, we want to just stand you by if we could. We've got to take a quick break, but there's lots more to talk about with you on the other side if you can hang with us.
Sounds good.
All right, we'll be right back.
Тень скользя между тенями. Здесь каждый день это битва за место под солнцем, за славу, за благо. Но я не боюсь, я готов сражаться, ведь я знаю, что моя жизнь это не игра. Мой город, он такой разный, красивый, грязный, опасный.